Okay, welcome back to My Isekai Life Anime Review, episode number 2. Here are episodes 3 and 4. One thing I forgot to mention in the last video, this is overall my 27th series I have covered this year. 27. Wow. Yes, that is a record. It actually broke 2018's record, which was at 26. So as it stands, this year it has the second highest amount of anime that I covered this year. Well, when I get a chance to do Peter Grell, I'm planning to do Peter Grell season 2 really soon. I don't think it'll be today. My guess is probably tomorrow at this point. Yeah, though tomorrow, for the first time in probably about a couple months, I have only one anime to cover for that one. That's Freya, and that's it. Just a Freya. Which, look forward to it. Just one. Done. That's it. Now, also apparently today, it looks like Fairy 21 Heroes Quest to get released. Yeah, I'll probably check again later. Maybe it gets released later on. So, in these two episodes, so Yuji at the next day, of course, they walk back, and then, of course, all of a sudden the sky opens up, and a freaking dragon shows up. Yes, a dragon. Excuse me. Which, of course, his Slime's telling about it. And, of course, Slime's there. Monitor the dragon. Just keep an eye that order there. He probably doesn't order to gauge because he's very powerful, so he keeps an eye on it. So, then everything back to the village. By the way, this happens right after they go through this particular valley. Where, it's like the Valley of Wind. And they say, presumably, that the Earth Dragon is there. And it turns out it is. Also, they wonder, what are all the monsters? I thought the monsters here. My slimes took care of those. Like, really? Okay. And more monsters are killed by them, and then eventually Earthdragon, apparently it was underground. Acts like an armadillo, so I've called Earth Dragon. It acts like an armadillo, it goes like a little ball. And after a while, eventually, thanks to a big spell, he's eventually vaporized. So, they think the skull back is a basically proof of the fact they defeated the dragon. Even though they were told to just investigate it, just not battle it. And right afterward, that's when the air dragon shows up. And also the fact that they had to leave the Valley of Wind. And then they arrive back at the guild hall where, oh look, here's the dragon. And they also captured the bandit from the previous episode. So they get awarded 14 million gold. Like, wow, that's a lot of money. Which I'm sure they divided between 3 people, which it probably was even split between all 3 of them. And they did kind of ask what happens there. He just disappeared. Yeah, so pretty much basically, and then all afterwards they do is their dragon, and of course they get a description of what it looks like, thanks to, of course, to Yuji, thanks to his photograph ability. And he's able to basically get a very good description of the creature. Though it ends up turning into a chaos dragon. It makes all the lights of it on it. It's just whenever I think of basically dragons that become the way this was in this anime, it reminds me of the chaos dragons from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, which is a show I never finished watching. Probably due to the fact that I never finished dubbing the damn thing. One of like 2 anime I've watched where I watched it. I really enjoyed the dub. I just kind of wish they finished dubbing it. And I found out later on the reason why I finished dub because 4Kids got a legal dispute with the company who basically makes the show. Eventually, of course, they have to give replacements for it. So, Yuji, of course, takes on the dragon by himself. Thanks to also, he was given a special knife by the priest of the town. Which, of course, by the way, they show the flashback in these 2 episodes. Like, show the fact how when he first joined the Adventurers Guild, how he got his license. Well, basically, he's so powerful. Another episode 4, they explain how he first met Dryad, which took place just prior to the events of the very first episode of the series, which I kind of wish they would have not done as flashbacks, per se. It's like we're right in the middle of the story and we're telling flashbacks now. It's like, what do we establish so far in the flashbacks? That he arrived, met the slimes, that we see his time when he became an adventurer, first met Dryad. I'm like, okay. So we're slowly bringing in stuff in those chapters. I just kind of wish they bring in the Proud Wolf stuff soon. I hope so. I really do. Yeah. So eventually, after a big humongous battle with this creature, this dragon, stabbing in the eye and having 2 Hellfire attacks, and eventually he'll be defeated. Very good fight sequence too, and eventually also he can cause the usually go flying through like some rocks. Surprisingly, not killing him. Luckily, all the spells he has at his disposal to. When the play eventually destroys the dragon, well, actually, just basically blows his head off. He doesn't collapse this time like he did in the first episode. He proceeds to walk back there, no problem, and falls asleep. And of course, basically, he is thanked for stopping it, and of course, basically, the group that his 2 fellow adventurers were part of, they were disbanded. But they get credit part of the team anyway, so I think they didn't really do anything. And they figured, okay, let's beat this dragon, and complete like 2 quests along with it. He figures going to their town, and they go. He suggests Ricardo. I think it's the name of the town, right? Which are, yes. Oh, good eatery. And then basically, well, this is the episode where they explain the Dryad flashback, how they first met. And apparently, as a side effect for destroying the blue dragon, apparently created these mushrooms. Creates potion, which she tried it and turns red, like the crystals, which they explain also in the flashback of how this was accomplished. And so Eli uses a distillery, which of course she wasn't familiar with the method, but uses basically slime purification to purify it and create potions of the problem. And then he arrives in a strange town, which they learned was Caesar, which he just came to town by accident. He was basically just. He was going to leave no problem, and eventually this kind of probably going to set up the end of the season. Mention the whole thing about the cult. That's basically a background antagonist of the series. At this point, then eventually he arrives at his location, and it's covered in snow. End of the episode. All in all, 2 really good episodes. I'm kind of glad they're putting the stuff they skipped over, but I kind of wish they would have done this like in the first couple episodes. That's what they probably should have done. But they probably wanted to progress the story forward instead of just basically to have to start from scratch. I'm sure a lot of people probably been criticizing this anime for adapting stuff like skipping over the first portion, goes right to the first major battle. That's probably my guess anyways. They probably didn't have much time, so they probably want to get to stuff they want to get to, but wait, we have to skip this over, but wait, we skip this over, let's just adapt this as flashbacks, just to put all this stuff in. Yep. Oh, by the way, the flashback episode 4 does explain we got the lilies from Mika in the first episode. Yep. Got that part for that. Yep. But yeah, this particular view, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and join us but next episode Comic Corner. And then it's on to Case Closed, which I work on 2 episodes of that one. Okay? Next video. Bye.